A deathbed conversion for President Joe Biden? The shocking statement that has sent chills through Washington. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. So, Joe Biden, suddenly, for some reason, after 3.5 years of saying he couldn't do it, is now doing executive actions on the border to close down asylum seekers, to close down the border, to shut it down. Of course, not 100%, but it's something he said he couldn't do for 3.5 years. Now, suddenly, somehow, during an election year, Joe Biden has found the authority to do what he said he couldn't do. Now, one of two things has to be true. One, he's a complete incompetent who didn't know his own executive action, and everybody on his staff is incompetent because they didn't know his executive powers up until today. Or B, he was a bold-faced, as he calls it, lying pony soldier for the past 3 years. Well, Senator John Cornyn has a theory, and he calls it his deathbed conversion. Let's take a look at what he has to say, and then let me know what you think in the comments.
Worried to hear Republicans tell it better late than never, even though they're not enthusiastic about what President Biden plans to outline when he takes a number of executive actions on the border. It's scheduled for tomorrow. Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn kind enough to join us on this and what he expects. What do you expect, Senator?
I expect no change. This is all an election year deathbed conversion by Joe Biden. Basically, this executive order, which would be, by my count, roughly the 95th executive order he's issued, does nothing to change the ability to hold people as opposed to catch them and release them. And it actually says the first 2,500 that come across the border get in free, will be released into the interior of the country. And as you've seen, Neil, today we find out their intention is once the front door has caused the room to get too crowded, they're simply going to open the back door and dismiss 350,000 asylum cases that have been pending before the courts.
We don't know that for sure, to your point, sir, but I did raise a couple of the issues you just outlined with the Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas about the timing of this. I want you to react to this.
We continue to take actions within the confines of our authorities. We need Congress to act.
All right, but I guess it struck a lot of people as odd. No disrespect, Secretary. Chad Wolf, your predecessor, was among those saying, we're almost 3.5 years into a crisis, and only now are they starting to take these executive actions. These are actions that we have been pleading with the administration to take for 2.5 to 3 years. What do you say to that?
That's not accurate. We've been enforcing the law from day one, despite the political rhetoric.
And what he's been saying as well, Senator, is Republicans wanted us to take executive actions. That's what we're doing. You say what?
Well, this is the same person who said that the border is secure and then admits they're releasing up to 85% of the people that come across the border. I have zero confidence in Alejandro Mayorkas. He's proven himself to be dishonest with Congress and dishonest with the American people. So I don't think he's suddenly changed. So I don't expect any change other than President Biden is going to point to this and saying, now I've gotten religion on border security. He has not, and nothing will change except for he hopes his poll numbers.